And here we are again. Good afternoon to one and all. Welcome once more to our Virago Warrior Woman series. I am Dexter Springer from the Arima Public Library, attached to the Public Library's division of Nallis. And we are here today on our final afternoon. I'm holding back all my tears. We are our final afternoon of the Virago Warrior Woman series. It has been a blast. It has been epic. It has been awesome. It has been supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I don't have any more words. It has been the greatest experience of my career in Nallis. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today. Today is actually it's day 16, but it's the climax. As you see, if you could see my background, all the ladies that were here in our Virago Warrior Woman series, we want to thank each and every one of them. It has been a great experience. And this is here in Trinidad and Tobago. Look at them. I have Miss Pandey on my left, Miss Harris on my right, Mr. Youngchi on my right, Miss Hutchinson on my left, and a whole lot of them. And listen, guys, it was one of the most tremendous experiences. Yes, so that
was now, Dexter. It was that good.
Yeah, it was that good. So people, in case you missed it, I'm so sorry you missed all those 15 days gone by, but we have been featuring our author of the month, Mrs. Michelle Borel, who is on my left, and she is the creator and editor of this awesome book, Virago Woman, the Virago Warrior Woman, the Butterfly Edition. And this is in Trinidad and Tobago. And there's a reason I keep saying this is in Trinidad, crossing the seas today. All right. So she is the author and the creator and editor of this book. And we have featured each of the 15 authors that are included within the work. And today, we are going to hear about the edition of this book that is crossing over now, not just locally, but we're going across the region, and we're going to meet a Virago from Barbados. All right, so we're going to hear about this young lady today. She is a multiple award-winning television producer, presenter with more than 20 years in the business, working with CBC Barbados, Channel MTV, CHUM, and CFRO in Vancouver, BC, Canada. She is a passionate media professional who continues to exercise a committed approach to every project, large or small. She's the former media communications consultant for the entrepreneurship firm TEN Habitat, where she also served as the editor of Caribbean startup Scene E magazine. Belle enjoys drawing on her existing strengths while embarking on new challenges and endeavors. While her journey as a media professional began in North America, it was her desire to positively contribute to the Caribbean media landscape that prompted her to return to her native Barbados in 2005, where she secured a spot with the national broadcaster CBC. During her time with the station, she won 4 CBU awards for her television and radio productions: Real Men Dance, The River Speaks, Green Living, Explore Dominica, and she also won a BMA for Media Excellence. This is the lady you are looking at right here on your screen. As the co-founder of the apparel brand Bajan Girls Rock and operations manager of Prestige International Sales, Belle is also a strong supporter and champion of Caribbean and female entrepreneurship. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and this under the sound of my voice and in the view of our faces, I present to you Miss Belle Holder. Good afternoon. Welcome to Trinidad virtually.
Dexter, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody in Trinidad and Tobago and anybody else in the region, of course, who is listening at this moment. I think after that introduction, Dexter, you need to be on my team. I need to just walk around with you and just, when I enter spaces.
As soon as we finish, I'm coming across. As soon as one time.
Listen, Dexter is well loved, Belle. At our media launch on Sunday, everybody stood up and we were like, Dexter. We had an alley moment.
As I like to say, I serve at the pleasure. I enjoyed this. I really enjoyed every moment I have spent with the Virago family, and I'm happy to be a part of the Virago family. Crossing the seas now with Belle. Right? So guys, it's really a pleasure. Belle, Michelle here with us, right? We're going to talk with Belle first a little bit.
Belle, yes, please.
Belle, here this, I want to ask you one question first.
Okay, and I promised Dexter I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna try my best not to default to interviewing you. Like at some point, like halfway
Well,
through,
listen,
forget that I'm not the one interviewing you.
Belle, let me be very honest with you. I will not be surprised if that happens. And I told myself before I came on, Dexter, don't be surprised if that happens. It could happen. I understand. It's in your blood. Right? But one thing I want to ask you on a light note. What is wrong? What is one thing that people get wrong about Barbados all the time? Is there one thing that when you go to another country, even if you come to Trinidad, people have this one misconception about Barbados? What do you think that is?
Huh, that's a very interesting question.
Uh,
The, the first thing, and maybe you should tell me what it is, what the perception is from Trinidad. But I don't know. I'm thinking, do people have a misconception that Barbadians are stuck up? Is
yeah,
that
that may be true. Michelle could correct me if I'm wrong. I think that is one of the ideas because we always try to. And
Having
Michelle,
been to Barbados and having loads of friends from Barbados, I say no, not true.
right?
it's not true.
Incorrect. Because let me tell you something. Quite a lot of my friends are actually from Barbados.
Right.
And what I do love, the reason I love to shop for my clothes in Barbados is because they just have style like that. You know, some people love to go to Miami and shop and go to this clothing. I love to go to Barbados.
Nice.
Sky Mall.
But let me tell you this. I remember coming my very first time in Trinidad and Tobago, so I'm overdue for another trip because this
Right.
is from years ago. I came to Trinidad for a conference, right? And I remember thinking, "Where's the beach? Like, I can't. Where's the sea, right?" And the conference was in the Hilton, and I was in the Hilton the entire time. Didn't really get to see Trinidad.
Yeah.
But I did get to the mall, and I remember going to the mall, and I was so impressed to see that there was a store in the mall for Peter Elias designs, where you could go in and get designs off the rack by Peter Elias. That I don't have that in Barbados. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes,
Oh, okay.
designers who have their individual shops or they work from their home studios or whatever, but
Mhm.
I don't have a store in the mall that I can go to and just pick up. You see what I'm
And
saying?
get a local designer with an
Okay.
international standard. I love that. But
Yeah.
Really
but
impressed with
Barbados, y'all have a lot of style, Belle. And the food, listen to me.
Yes, I heard about the food. Belle, I've been hearing about this $5 burger in Barbados.
a burger. Tell me where it is so I could go get one.
I guess I need to find out. I had a friend who came across there and she came back speaking about this burger for $5. And it was memorable.
It
So
was $5 US.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I know it was $5. I'm not sure what currency.
Right? I think it's $5 US.
It's possible that it's $5, but she couldn't stop talking about this burger.
Wow.
But you know, it's always good to learn because I need to yet come to Barbados. So as I say, as soon as I finish here running across.
Stop, Dexter. You've never been to Barbados?
Apart from online, no, I've always seen things online on the screen and everything. I've been to Barbados
So we
virtually.
need to fix that when we're doing our launch in Barbados.
Yeah, I probably need to walk
With
across
the
the
Virago
water.
team.
Yeah, that would be that.
Everything one love.
And you should be told that is one of the first countries, even before the US, that I want to visit.
Wow.
Good. So we gotta take that off your list then. So right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
official Virago Barbados open
Yeah.
invitation to you, Dexter.
Lovely.
Well, you know something strange as
Tour guide.
wow, as Dexter said that, right?
Mhm.
But although I've been to Barbados so many times, would you believe I have never gotten to go to the beach in Barbados?
Yeah, that's
Because every time I visited Barbados, it was
Easy.
always on business.
easy. That's it.
I would be coming in for like a week for the
Mhm.
most, and I have a schedule that I must follow to the T, so I could get some shopping in, I can get some restaurants in, but I never got the beach in.
Beach. So you have to fix that.
I got you. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes, I got it.
Right. So now, Belle, you know, as we here today, of course, getting to know the Viragos a lot more. We've been doing that with all ladies. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Sarah
Right?
said she needs to head to Barbados too because she wants to ensure that she links with the Bajan Viragos.
Yes. The
And
Caribbean
Lori Blake
Viragos.
Carrington says, "Me too. I'm
Very
coming."
Listen, we gotta have a chartered flight for only the Virago family. Yeah.
And Hyacinth Springer says, "No." She apparently can't believe that I never got to go to the beach. And Barbados has the most wonderful beaches.
Yes, and let me take the time, of course, to say good. That's my wife. Hyacinth Springer is my wife. So let me just say good afternoon to.
I did not make out the pic because usually I see her next to
Yeah,
you
this is
before we start or
yes.
after.
So that's my.
Hi, my darling.
So she actually got to come to Barbados before I did. And
Right.
she would have, of course, been to the beach. So that's why she saying no, because she can't believe Michelle reach across and then touch the beach. Because she's showing off now. Yes.
I'm very studious. I'm hardworking. You send me for a mission, I'll get some playing, but not as much as I would like to. But I get some.
Yeah, we will fix that. We all about fixing that right now. Virago turning things around. Right? So guys, Belle, let's talk a little bit about your work in media. It's basically your entire life's work. What make you love media so much, Belle? What would make you engross yourself?
Okay, so I've had a lot of jobs. Okay, so I have, and I didn't realize all that time that I had all these different jobs. It was really preparing me to be a good journalist and a good broadcaster because you kind of have to know a little bit about everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But of all the things that I've done and tried, when I discovered media or when media discovered me, I realized that this is the one, because I get bored really easily. And I realized this is the one thing I could do every single day.
Wow.
And it will always be different. Even if I interview you every day, Dexter, our conversation is going to be different on a day-to-day basis.
Yes.
But it was the thing that made me realize I can't get bored doing this because it's always different, it's always challenging, it's always exciting. And I learned something from every person that I have the opportunity to sit across from or share a microphone with or sit in front of the camera with. I always learn something new. No matter what level, so-called level of society that person is from, I always learn something new.
Okay, and I guess so that's a mindset that you have to have because not everybody thinks that they have something new to learn. They think that they have, they reach the max of what they need to know. So being able to be open to learn new stuff is something that you have to keep in your mind, a mindset that you have to keep that listen, as could still learn something new today.
That's right.
Even given the amount of experience that you would have,
My daughter, I have two kids. My daughter is 11. She's going to be 12 soon. My son is 9. And I learn from my children every day. Like she'll come and she'll be, hey, mommy, did you know, blah, 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 whatever it is, right? And I'm like, really? She's like, yes, you don't know that? And I'd be like, no, I don't know everything. And I'm open to learning new things, So it's always interesting when the children can come to you with something that they've discovered and you didn't even know about it.
Wow, this is nice. So, Belle, tell me this. When, if you remember when you were a child and they said, what do you want to be when you grow up? Was this your answer or did it go completely different to what you were expecting from since you were a child?
I wanted to be a ballerina, but then it turned out I have fallen arches, and don't tell anybody, fallen arches are bunions.
Okay. Okay, I get you.
So
yeah.
These are not the feet for ballet. Okay.
Right. Okay.
That's one. And I wanted to be a supermodel. That's what I wanted to do when I was a kid. And so I dabbled, I modeled, I actually did end up modeling a bit. And like sometimes doing interviews, I'm sure you've asked people this as well, Dexter, like many regrets. And there are some people that like to say, no, I don't have any regrets because everything that I've done led me to where I am. Listen, I have a regret. And one of those regrets is that when I was in it and when I was modeling, that I did not take the opportunity to go to New York or go to Paris and actually try it to the fullest to see where it would go. That's one of the things that I regret.
Do you think you would try to? You would still go to try to do it now to at least explore? I mean, they say it's never too late. I wanted to do track and field, and I didn't get to do it until I was about 22.
Really? Yes,
Yeah.
sir. I'm not 22. You understand? Are you serious?
Would you even try to go to a class and say, okay, let's see if I could try to stretch the foot or something?
Listen, I can still strut. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Yeah, I can still strut. But to be on the catwalk, I think it would have to be not, well, let me put it this way. Yes, I would still do it if the opportunity felt right. Maybe it was a particular brand that I was representing. Do you see what I'm saying? But not in the sense of going back to the start and being 19 and ways bikini. No.
Okay, good.
Maybe, but to represent a particular brand. Like one of my favorite designers here in Barbados. My favorite designers here in Barbados is Pauline Bellamy. Love Pauline Bellamy. Like nobody can capture like form the way she does, right? I like Pauline Bellamy. I like Antonia Cumberbatch. They're two Barbadian designers, and so definitely in terms of representing a brand, so modeling from that perspective.
Okay. Well, there you go. All right, I guess that's something we could still look out for.
Yeah.
All right. So, Belle, what is your for the level of excellence and accomplishments that you have achieved? I mean, multiple awards and these different things are global. You leave Barbados, you went to the States, you come back. What is your work ethic like? What is the work ethic like for somebody like yourself who with all these accomplishments, is it work? I mean, is there a cost to it? What is the cost of it? If you understand what I'm asking, the cost of it.
So just one correction. So it was Canada. I was in Canada.
Right.
I lived in Vancouver for most of my adult life. I came back to Barbados. But I like that question in terms of what's the cost. So the cost is sleep deprivation.
Wow. I know that would be number one on the list. Yes,
it is. It's sleep deprivation, especially if I'm working on a project. I'm really excited, and my brain is just racing at night. And so, I'm trying to sleep, and I'm still thinking about it. I'm thinking about deadlines, and I think what drives me is knowing that the audience always deserves my best. The audience always deserves the best story, the best coverage that I can give, no matter what the project is. I'm always thinking about that. Like, how can I tell this story differently? How can I do it better?
Right.
That's always what I'm thinking.
All right. So that keeps you going in terms of, all right, this is how I need to move. This is how I need to set myself up. This is how, I mean, was it ever too much for you at any point? Did you ever feel like, why did I get myself into this? I have two daughters, plus, you have to balance, did it ever feel like, oh my gosh, why did I do this to myself? I'm going to stop and focus on my family and focus on me. Did it ever feel?
So I have a daughter and a son. And I think to answer that question honestly, I think it comes in waves, right? So, for example, my daughter just came through that process of the 11 plus exam. And do you guys have that in Trinidad and Tobago?
I think that's what we call SEA.
Right. From primary to high school, right?
Yes, yeah.
So she just came through that. And as a mom, I want to be there for her. I want to make sure that I'm there to make sure that her needs are being met. And then, interestingly enough, so do you have children, Dexter?
Yes, I have one awesome son.
How old?
He's going to be 3 on Saturday. Please God, yeah.
Right. So for moms, I want you to go home and I want you to ask your wife about this. What did you say her name was?
Hi, son. She's listening, so she might be able to answer.
So I want, when you get home, ask Hyacinth about this. Or you might already be home. Are you?
We are home.
When this interview is finished, open the door and ask Hyacinth.
So on point. Yeah, go ahead.
I said, hey, Cindy, Belle was saying this. Is this true? So and what I'm talking about is, I swear to God that with women, right? When we deliver our children into the world, it comes with a huge dose of guilt. That does not that does not seem to go away. So like when I'm in the middle of, I've got a deadline and maybe I'm writing a script and I'm trying to do something, maybe I'm writing a running order, and you get that, mommy, you're like, you know, okay, you're trying to think, and you're like, mommy, and it's always this push and pull where I want to make sure I'm there, but I still have to meet my professional deadlines. And maybe I'm feeling a little bit stressed and I don't want to transfer that to the kids. There's always this, there's a certain amount of guilt that makes you feel like, okay, no, I have to pause, and I have to stop, and I have to connect with my child and find out what's going on and pay some attention to them in that moment. But what I will say is, as the children are getting older, because I think my husband and I have always tried our best to kind of talk with them openly. And I think as they're getting older, they have a better understanding of what we do. Because my husband's a videographer as well, so the industries are linked, right? And so I talk very openly to my children. I actually realized at one point, I think my daughter might have been, let's say, like 6 or 7 at the time, right? And she came to me and she said, "Hey, mommy," and I didn't realize how much I was talking about money to her and things and stuff, right? So I would say to her, she's like, "Mommy, we have to go to work," and I'm like, "Yeah, girl, I gotta go to work. How do you think we get this house? How do you think we have a car? How do you think you go to private school? I have to, Daddy and I have to go to work, right?" And one day she came to me and she said, "Mommy, I've been thinking I want to start going to Sunday school, but how much does it cost?" I was like, Sunday school, there's no tuition for Sunday school. Like, yeah, you have to put something into the collection plate, but there's no tuition for Sunday school. But it made me realize that I've been having this conversation with her about there's you work hard, you know, and there's reward for that, monetary and value as well. So it's interesting. It's a journey, you know.
Well, so I guess you know that gives us some insight as to what we probably could expect, you know, when we. I mean, you may not have put it in the book, but I understand why it is that, you know, a person like you would need to input a contribution in a book like in Barbados, I believe it's the Phoenix edition, because people need to have an insight into how women like you are able to hold it all together and make sure the family understand what is happening. You know, like you explained to us just now.
But you know that, sir, you know, like every day it doesn't feel like you're holding it together, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that every day. So some days it's a push and pull, and it's funny because recently one of my best friends, I was saying, "Oh, you know, I've got this project, and I'm juggling," and he said, "Belle, you know that you're addicted to that?" And I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, you know, that's what you love, like so you were like multiple projects on the go. And I started to analyze that, right? And I said, "I'm addicted to that?" And I thought, no, I'm not addicted to it. I recognize it. It's familiar. So I thrive in it, right?
Right. Okay, there's a difference. Yeah.
So even though I feel like, yeah, I do a lot, sometimes I feel like I think I'm incessantly lazy. And so I'm either doing full on, or I'm just gonna sit here and watch Netflix and exercise my thumb, man. Just
okay.
So and sometimes not, and sometimes all points in between. But I think I'm driven by, I don't want to run out of time. I just want to try to do and experience as much as I can. And funny, Michelle knows this because recently here in Barbados, we lost in the space of 1 week 2 amazing media practitioners. Dennis Johnson, who actually has a connection to Trinidad as well, lost unexpectedly, and then Warren Ford, who was known as DJ John Doe, right? And he was on, like, Warren was only in his 40s. Dennis was in his 60s, getting ready to retire, and we lost them both in the space of 1 week. Right?
Wow. Okay.
Listen, that shook me to my core.
Mm.
I think, especially in DJ John Doe's case, because he hasn't even seen 50 years yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just felt like, so there was some coverage in the news, of course, right? And they in the news, so in a TV broadcast, when they're doing, they're letting you know that somebody has passed.
Yeah.
They'll show a picture of the person. They talk about, some of the good things that person has done, and then they fade to black. And I sat there and I watched that and a tear. And I remember the thought that hit me was, that's it? Like, that's it? 30 seconds in the news. And then I realized he had touched, and so did Dennis, they both did, touched so many people's lives in so many wonderful ways. And at the end of the day, if you are not doing the things that you love the most with the people that you care about the most, then what are you doing? Because that's really what it's all about.
Yep.
Literally, for me, that's what it's all about. If you're not doing those things, no, then you need to reevaluate. So for me, it's that's the drive. It's I need to be doing the things I love the most. So even in terms of projects, I won't say yes to every project. You know? So because time is valuable. And that time I want to be able to spend with family and friends and loved ones and be able to have positive connections. So that's what it is for me.
Wow.
It was a
And
real opener for me.
I like what Sarah just said there, what, like, seriously, what do we want to be remembered for?
Exactly.
What do we want to be remembered for? And one of the common things that we've been hearing this week from all the ladies is about doing what you love and doing it for the people that you love. As we said that, I just wanna, Mish, I wanna bring you back in at this point. If you're there with us, Tony.
I'm here. I'm soaking everything in.
Mish, one thing I realized with every Virago that has been here, Michelle, they have been saying one thing, and I mean it might even tie into something that you are known for saying, which is when you wake up, make sure your dreams wake up with you. And Michelle,
I always say, don't rest on your dreams. You have to wake up and make them a reality.
Yeah, right. So you see, this is why I'm going to ask Michelle. Did you envision, or did you put forward to these ladies that this is what the theme is, or is it just naturally that you were able to select women to pour into this work, and all of them have the same concept of doing something that they love, or doing something that they love to change lives? How did you do this, Michelle?
Belle could definitely confirm some of what I'm going to say. And even before I get into that, I want to say happy Thanksgiving to our viewers in the US. It's a pleasure to have you. Happy Thanksgiving. And today is a very special day for us. We launched specifically on this day because it is the International Day for the Elimination of Violence against Women. So we're going to get deeper into that in just a bit. But when you're asking me why
you're orange today.
Pardon? That's why I'm orange.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's orange because it's about ensuring we make the world brighter. That's why they say orange is the world, and that's the theme as well for International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women.
All right.
I believe in energy. I believe very much that energy is everything, and everything is energy. And what I would have said to each and every one of the women when they call me up and they ask me, what should I write or what should I do? And I just say, follow your heart. You'll know. When you sit down to write, it will just come to you. So Belle could testify to that. And the only thing that I said is write about lessons you would have learned throughout your character building periods. What you want to share with another sister, what you want to share with someone so that they could rise even higher than you did, thanks to the lessons that you would have given them from the wisdom you have now. So follow your heart. That's everything. And it's even what I said to Shannon when she was doing the painting. And she said, did you tell me to do a butterfly? I said, no. I said, follow your heart. And it just happened that even what she didn't even know that orange was the color for today, which is the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. She knew that we chose the color purple for Virago, but it all just blended in so nicely. And that is what happens when you just go with the flow and you allow things to happen and you believe that it's only happening for your better. You know that it's all coming together with purpose. The right ones will stick around, and the ones who are not right they won't be around. You just keep moving forward ever, backward never. And Barbados, we have a really awesome love circle.
Yes.
You know, these ladies are on fire. So I was not surprised when it just hit. And it was when I was on the phone with another Virago from Barbados. And I was sharing with her a poem that I did that ended with Phoenix. And that's the poem I Am that was featured in the International Who's Who in Poetry. And it's also what opens my book, Soul Spection. And then she said, woo, what you said there, I'm connected to the Phoenix. And it was at that time I got the painting from Shannon. And I said, you know what? I'm going to call these editions, instead of saying volume 1, volume 2, let's ensure we use a symbol that represents who is ever within the book. And all the ladies from Trinidad were saying they feel so connected to the butterfly, and Shannon actually did the butterfly. I said, right. Shannon inspired that butterfly edition. And then with that, the Phoenix edition came about, because these Bajan ladies are on fire. There's no stopping them, according to Belle, Girls Rock.
The story behind the creation of this work is what blows my mind every time. You know, yes. Belle, even as we have Michelle here with us, you know, give us a little a skit, if you want to call it that, in terms of what the interaction was like when Michelle came to you and said, Belle, I would like you to contribute to the Phoenix edition of the Virago Warrior Woman.
Can I just say, Belle is in the Gideon for a long time. She's in it before we even decided on it being called the Phoenix edition.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
So what's funny is that you know how our grandparents would tell us, be careful what you wish for?
Right.
Yeah. And so I've seen that manifest in my life in so many ways, like and writing things down, right? And then watch and see, oh my God, I wrote this down. It's something that I wanted to do. And it would come true. And so I think literally I was just sitting around and I got this phone call from a Trinidad number, and I was like, okay, this lovely voice on the other end.
Yeah.
Like, okay, sorry, what did you say your name was? And she said, yeah, but you know, oh wait, I have to do the accent. Talk a little bit so I can pick it up. Talk a little bit for me, Michelle.
Hi, Belle. How you doing? This is Michelle. I got your number from.
So how you doing? You know, I got a recommendation. I really want to speak to you about this book that we're doing in Virago Women. And I'm like, okay. But I'm smiling because like her voice is infectious, right? So I'm smiling and I'm like, okay. So by the time she was finished, I felt all hype and excited. But next I wasn't sure what I felt all hype and excited about. So I was like, so I get on the phone and I say to my husband, I just got a phone call.
Wow.
And I said, about writing a chapter for a book, but I said, it sounds really exciting. I'm gonna do it, but I need more information. But I was already in. I gotta tell you, so I was already in from the jump. I was like, just give me the details, girl. I'm in. But then when I got the full details of what it is, what it's all about, the lovely women that for whom now I was forming a connection. Now, interestingly enough, I already know some of the women personally, and then some of the women I'd be meeting for the first time. It just felt wonderful from the beginning. It really has. So I'm really excited.
Right. So therefore, no regrets at all at this point.
No. And I'm excited to literally share pages within, the same book jacket with these wonderful women.
This is nice.
And, Belle, I'm thinking, I want to say hi to all of the ladies, but we should still reserve some of those names.
Yeah, because I see even Sarah was saying, Does Belle already have all her Bajan Viragos lined up or still selecting? So I guess it's a that's a life changing phone call right there that you had between Belle and yourself, Michelle. And serious speaking from experience because you would have had a similar phone call. So we're saying hello to all our Viragos here with us today. We have Sarah, we have Sasha, my girl Sasha is with us. All right, and of course I saw Auntie Penny is here as well. Good afternoon to you all, and we have some others looking on, some of my co-workers and everything. So, Michelle, even as we come into a little close, but even before I ask you that, let me ask Belle. Belle, what's next for Belle Holder? What's next after all these things that you have accomplished, including the authorship of your chapter in this book? What's next for Belle Holder? And I really like the ring to your name, Belle Holder. Yeah.
So what's next? So I have so many Caribbean stories that I want to tell and be able to share and use the platform that I love most, which is of course a video. And so there are some documentaries that I really want to sink my teeth into and develop more of my own projects.
Mhm.
And in so doing, continue to develop my production, which is belleholderproductions.com. So we are actually getting ready to relaunch my website. And I really hope that with this Virago experience, that more writing comes out of me. I'm really excited because I know that it's always a continuum. So how one thing leads to the other.
Yes.
And I'm also really excited, to foster more Caribbean connections with more Caribbean women. So I would love to work with Michelle again. I would love to be able to work with more. There are a couple of the women, like Cassandra Crawford, for example. We're both media professionals, and we worked together actually on the same morning show for a number of years, and we're friends as well.
Good.
So I would love the opportunity, and I would love to see Virago continue. Right, I don't want it to stop with just one book. I would like to see it continue where we foster more connections between Barbados and Trinidad. And
Yes.
I already have a glimpse into Michelle's mind. And I have a feeling, Dexter, you may already know. I don't know. I have a feeling you may see a Jamaica edition, a St.
Well,
edition. Michelle?
my lips are sealed. My lips are sealed. I say nothing.
Well, we say global because, as you know, the world is an oyster.
Yep.
Yes.
The world is a village. And the
Mhm.
interesting thing that we're seeing in all of this, someone hurts in one place is the same hurt that they feel in another place. A smile is a universal language.
Mhm.
And we're seeing that with Virago. And I hope that in us bringing different persons together from around the globe, that we understand
Mhm.
we are one. We are
Yes.
one.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
One Caribbean, one world. So, Michelle,
I think that's somebody's slogan, though.
look how I looking to get myself innocently in trouble here. But I guess we have the great minds think alike, right? Great minds think alike, right? So, Michelle, even as we close, and I would like to give you and Belle the opportunity, to tell us about the Phoenix. We have been hearing about the Butterfly edition. Tell us a little more what is to be expected in terms of the Phoenix edition and other editions that are on the way.
Well, with the Phoenix edition, I think Alicia Keys knows it best. This girl is on fire. I can't sing, but
But
fire.
there are a couple of
Phoenix,
singers.
Phoenix.
There are a couple of singers on the list of Virago women in Barbados, though.
Really good. This is
But
nice.
expect so many wonderful personalities. What I love is that the feeling you get in terms of Virago on the whole, it's definitely a sisterhood. It's a movement of women supporting women. And the Barbados chat that we have is a beautiful example of that. And
Wow.
I'm just loving how everything is shaping up. And I can't wait for the exchange with some of our Bajan sisters coming to Trinidad, some of our Trinidadian sisters
The
going to
connection.
Barbados.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you're seeing that the Trinidadian version, the Butterfly edition, we're launching in New York, we're launching in Miami, we're launching in Orlando. So it will always only be bigger and better. Could you even try to imagine what's going to be happening with the Phoenix edition. The name says it all.
Yes,
But
indeed.
in the
Yeah.
meantime, yeah.
I'm in the middle of these. I'm in the middle of all of these people. Go ahead. Yeah, Michelle. So, yes, Sarah. I'm caught in the middle. Look, Anthony Kiole. Anthony, keep pleasant. Good afternoon
Nikki,
to you. All
yes,
right. All right. So, people, the 100% release of the Virago Warrior Woman Butterfly Edition is today. Today you can get your copy. The sale is on. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it for $30 on Amazon, as well as you can get this, a hardcover copy for $45. I already have my copy, but
wow.
if I could have convert mine to hardcover, I would have done it.
Dexter, do you have
Yeah,
a
you have time. You
So,
have
say that
you have
again.
a copy, Dexter?
If I have my copy, yeah,
Do you have an autographed copy?
of course I do. My copy has been, my copy is a multiple award winning copy. All right, all my signatures are here. All right, people. You see, I went early and I get my copy. So the next edition to cup is the Phoenix
next
edition.
edition.
People, look out for that. Michelle, they want to give ideas to when that will be launching.
That will be launching on International Women's Day next year, which is the 8th of March. So we
All
already
right.
started our work. Things are in progress. So spring garden are coming.
All right, people. So intro that. I am in between these two ladies, people. All right, so guys, listen, this has been such an awesome experience. As I always say, prepare your pockets for the Phoenix edition, because I want to believe, Michelle, that will go on sale too, right?
That would be on sale on the 8th
Amazon.
of March. That is our launch day.
Right.
But the butterfly edition, which is available now, and it will be nice for you to get on the train. So as soon as the Phoenix edition launches, you're able to see the flow and the way.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. All right. So,
So
Belle,
before I go, I should honestly take this opportunity to say Happy Independence to Barbados. Which
wow.
is, yeah,
Happy independence to you guys.
independence, and of course we're coming on the heels. We're following you, Trinidad. We're going to become a
Oh, we're
republic.
supposed to do this now.
Yeah, I had to do
Join
that.
in then.
All right, so happy independence to Barbados. I'm going to ask an embarrassing question. This is how many years of independence for you all, Belle?
65.
55. I'm supposed to know that, right? Yeah. 55 years. Happy independence. Happy birthday,
Happy
Barbados.
Independence, Barbados.
Happy independence. Happy independence. I don't have the confetti, but just pretend to train it up confetti and fireworks.
I'm feeling like this now is our version of
Yeah, right. So, yeah, I get to do that now.
Well, you started something.
Right. So, Belle, listen. What would be your final words to anybody who would want to make an impact?
Mm-hmm.
They want to make an impact. You have done it through media, and you have achieved levels of excellence. What words you would, especially even in terms of what is needed to persevere? What words you would want? What words of encouragement you would want to give to anybody who would want to make some sort of impact or influence in the lives of people?
Right. So I have three mantras that I follow all the time. Two of them that are originals that I wrote, and one that came from the book The Secret. So the one that came from the book The Secret is feel the fear and do it anyways. So
All
that
right.
that you're afraid of that might be holding you back. You got to go straight to it.
Mm-hmm.
And just conquer that fear and get over it and move past it, and don't let it stand in your way. There was the other one that I live by is prayer without action is just a poem.
Wow.
Prayer without
Prayer
action.
without action is just a poem.
Just a poem. And then the other one that I really love that drives me is fate has a way of throwing us into strange and wonderful cycles of life. I'm going to repeat it. Fate has a way of throwing us into strange and wonderful cycles of life. And that basically means there's always going to be something that's unexpected that you actually may even feel like, why is this happening to me? But it's happening for you to you because you're unique, you're special, and it's something that you're supposed to learn from and grow from.
Yes. Wow. And even that first quote you made there, I'm sure Sarah probably was shaking her head like this, because I remember when we were speaking with Sarah, she was saying the same thing when we were speaking about fearlessness. And she was saying that it's not just about being not being afraid, but it's about doing it even when uh,
Correct.
you feel afraid. Still do it afraid. She's saying, yes, Dexter, we talked about this,
Yeah.
So it means, as I say, listen, great minds think alike. Now, I'm going to bring Michelle back on to thank the sponsors for Virago and things like that. But even before we do that, Belle, who would you like to say personally thank you to, for who has been with you through it all, even to the writing of the book, yes, but through all, from the very beginning,
Right.
from ever since?
I think I've been so lucky and so blessed to have wonderful people in my life throughout my journey. And sometimes, Dexter, one person just being there for you can make such a big difference in not going down the wrong path. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So I've
yes.
been really lucky that way. So I've had wonderful teachers who are still in my life now, and I'm talking about from primary level. And I've been so lucky and blessed in terms of the family support that I have. My sisters are amazing. I have wonderful best friends, my husband and my children, like, so my whole circle, so my sisters and my mom, it's really a collective.
Yes.
So it's not one person, but it's really a collective. My in-laws, like, I won the mother-in-law lottery. I tell people that. you
Yeah,
know
yeah.
been really lucky in that respect to always have just an amazing circle of support from the people who love me and that I love. Honestly, it's just awesome.
The support system we must always be grateful to,
Mhm.
And, so Michelle, let's cross back over to Michelle. Michelle, even as on that note, I know that you would want to say thanks to sponsors, throughout this whole drive, Virago Global and the project of
Yes,
the Warrior Woman. So I'll allow you at this point, of course, as we were
I
saying, run the route.
are running the road. I want to say thank you to our sponsors, KFC. Thank you. We could not do this without you. We say thank you to Extra Foods. They do truly care. Always
Yes.
something extra for you. Nexus Advertising, Medical Associates Hospital Limited. We also want to say thank you to Trinity Mall. You gave us the opportunity to have an amazing launch and to
Yes.
divulge so many wonderful things, and we're very thankful to Trinity Mall. We also want to say thank you to GMGT Live, who is
Mhm.
sponsoring our New York book launch, and we're getting ready to also do some New York interviews. Thanks to GMGT Live. We appreciate you tremendously. Kareem and his team, you all are absolutely fantastic. I love you so much. We love you so much. And on this day, the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, I wish to remind you that when you purchase a copy of Virago Warrior Women, the Butterfly Edition, part proceeds go towards the shelter. And as the head of the fundraising committee for the shelter, Ms. Sharon Pappard, shared at our launch, she said they don't want abuse survivors, they want abuse thrivers. They
Nice.
don't want to just help women. They want to go even further than that and help the men, help the children, ensure that we make families better. And I again quote the words of Dr. Miles Monroe, in which he says, we don't have societal issues, we have individual problems which impact our society. So let's work on those individual problems by having the conversation. And as you always say, Dexter, Virago, yes, it's done by sisters for sisters, but it's also for the misters.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
It's
indeed.
a powerful book that will have so many awesome lessons that we can have these dialogues going and really work on those individuals, because we all impact the society. As Gandhi says, you want peace, be the peace that you want to see. As Mother Teresa says, you want peace, go home and love your family. So it's working on things within us and by extension our households, our nations, and the world at large. More love, more like always. Thank you. And Dexter, we want to say thank you to Nalis. We want to say thank you to Daniel DeGraff. We want to say thank you to you. We want to keep you.
You have me.
We
You
would
have
love
me.
to keep you.
You have me.
Thank you.
Mm.
And
Well,
our sisters in Trinidad, our sisters in Barbados, our sisters everywhere. You know who you are. We love you.
mhm. Listen, people, it has been, as I always say, a treasure and a pleasure being here with these ladies, these Virago warrior women, in every true sense of the word. I want to say to all who are on right now, Sasha, Sarah, Auntie Penny, Auntie Nikki, Lori, and to those who not with us today in terms of on the live, but you may see this again, even to Natalie and to all these women, to Shelly, who we spoke to yesterday, to Michaela. Listen, I am truly grateful to have had this experience and to be able to share this experience with all of those who are watching the live now and who will be watching all the replays afterwards. Listen, this has been a treasure and a pleasure. I want to say thank you to Belle, my newest friend from Barbados.
Right. That's right. Thank you
My
so much.
newest friend from Barbados. I want to say thank you for being with us, for taking the time, because I recognize, even from Michelle, this is where you have to cut a time within your schedule to make to sit to talk with us, and that alone says a lot about the fact that you value what we want to hear and what you have to share to point to the lives of others. So Belle, want to thank you so much, on behalf of me, on behalf of Nalis, on behalf of all who are watching. We want to say thank you. Welcome to Trinidad in advance, because we know you're coming probably like next week or week after. All right, I'll ensure that we have bacon shack and everything necessary waiting for you at the gates of the airport.
Thank
All
you.
right. Right.
Thank you so much for having me. So lovely. Wonderful to meet you. I look forward to hosting you and Hyacinth and your son. You said you have a son in Barbados, right?
Definitely. We'll take off on that.
So that I can show you all the wonderful beaches.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Yes.
Between your toes.
Nice. So, guys, this is it. Michelle, you want any final words, Michelle, that you would want to say to the people as we close off the entire?
We really enjoyed it, and we can't say thank you enough. This is awesome, and we are very happy to be a part of it. Happy to have had the opportunity to partner with Nalis. I especially want to say thank you to Danielle DeGraff, because she reached out to me in June,
Yes,
asking me to be author of the month in November. And I just felt like I had to share this with my sisters, and I thank her for allowing me to do so we can celebrate each and every Virago. The Trinidadian edition, the Butterfly edition, as well as the Phoenix edition with our sisters in Barbados. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you, and we cannot say thank you to our sponsors enough. We love you. Thank you.
Oh my people, my heart is full. My heart is full. So are my eyes, but I'm hiding the tears. So, guys, this has brought us to the end of the Virago Warrior Woman series, virtual series here online. But get the book and continue the saga. I hold it up right now. Yeah, get the book.
Best Christmas presents ever. And the
Yes.
easiest way for you to do it, just go on Amazon, order it, and send it to the person.
Yes.
Right, exactly. So there's no excuse.
Yes.
Get the book,
I
people.
love that.
Get the book. 200 TT.
That's what my mom is getting.
Oh, wow.
The Trinidad edition. Yeah.
All right, beautiful.
Lives in Canada, so I'll order it and send it straight to her.
Lovely, lovely. So, people, let me say to you, it is worth it. It is worth it. It is worth it. Put your 10 purple notes in the cart, or in the hand of the person in Sharon's bookstore. RIK, is RIK right? It's RIK or
Nigel
Can. Right, put your notes in.
Available at Sharon's Trinity Mall today, and Nigel Arcan. You can look out for it next week at that bookstore nationwide. But awesome. Amazon, it's available now.
It's available now. Put it in your cart. It's going to be worth it. People, this has been a blast. It has been epic. It has been lovely. Thank you all for joining us. Go back and watch over the replay. See what you need to learn. Grasp from these ladies, especially the 3 lovely quotes that we got today from Belle. Run with it. Read the book. Change your life. Have a good afternoon, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the year. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year in advance. All right, and
before we go,
yeah.
something came that I find very important and we need to share because today is the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, and according to the statistics, 1 out of 3 women would have faced abuse at some time within her life.
Yeah.
Now, due to the pandemic, that figure has increased to 2 out of 3 women. Now, out of those who experienced abuse, only 1 out of 10 would seek help, would report it to the police. And what this is in terms of what we're doing in Virago, and as what I would have shared in my chapter, actually, I would have shared that we've gone too long. You know, old people have this saying, don't hang your dirty clothes out, don't air your dirty laundry out, etc. But if you keep hiding stuff, when would you get the opportunity to wash the clothes and make it better? It's time now for us to look to the light, bring things to the light, have that discussion. It is okay to seek help. And it's okay not only to seek help in terms of violence, but in the different areas of your life that you would be having challenges. It's okay to say, I need help. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to have a discussion. And know that within the pages of Virago, you have someone who understands in these Viragos. You have sisters.
And let me say, and this coming from my heart, Michelle and Belle, I was telling my wife that this series, you know, throughout my life, you know, even as a man, I've learned, and God has taught me in many different unique ways in terms of respecting women. You know, every time you look at a lady, remembering that she's somebody's mother, she's somebody's sister, you know, she could be your sister. My wife and I have friends that are close to us, and you know, if as a single man, you might look at them and say, well, is she nice, but I wonder if she could get with me. But me as a married man, having my wife and having these ladies close to, and I'm saying us, not to me, to us, because she's my friend, she's my wife friend too. And I've grown to respect them as sisters. So what would you do, you know, if this person is your sister or is your wife or is your daughter, if this person is related to you, look at every woman and treat them like a sister. You have a mom as a man, you have a mom, you have a sister, you have a female cousin, you have a wife. How would you treat them? What would you want? What you wouldn't want somebody to do to them, you wouldn't do to a young lady that you will see as a sister. All right. So I am again grateful for this experience because it has even heightened my respect for women, understanding, as I've said before, a woman's threshold for pain is very high. It is very high. And that is something that we need to respect women for, but respect women. I say like a red tune, you know, respect women, not respect women for, but not take advantage of it. We have to even treat them even better because of it and cherish them. You know, that's my heart. I ain't just saying that because it's only ladies around me. It's a fact. You know, that we must understand who our women are and treat them as such. Yeah, so that's just my takeaway.
And you saw what Sarah said. She said, this is so beautiful to hear from a man that I hope more have this experience.
Yep.
Ms. Sharon Harford shared again at the launch, and she's from the shelter. Part proceeds go to the shelter. And as she shared what the shelter is about, is that the same way you would treat somebody you love if they came and they told you that they were in a crisis situation, that's how they treat those who seek shelter from them at the shelter. So with that, love and light to you. Thank you so very much. And now we can do the dance.
Do you dance? Belle, you cause that.
We have this way.
Right.
This way, next way. This way. We love you.
Hey, everybody. This is Dexter Springer signing out. Michelle Borel to my left, Belle to my right, or vice versa. People, we love you. Love you all, people. See you next time. Stay tuned. Stay safe. Go and watch over all the interviews and like all yourself. Have a good one, people. Hi to Barbados. Happy Independence Day. Michelle, love you, bad.
We love you.